Howdy cruisers, in today's episode of Under the Covers with yours truly, we are going to talk about cabins, specifically the cabins you should avoid, one of the more popular types of content here on the interwebs. Everybody usually frames this in terms of ordering or requesting a guarantee cabin. If you don't know, in case you don't know, a guarantee basically says you are booking a category of cabin, but not a specific cabin, and that will be assigned by the cruise line later. And they do guarantee the category you selected or higher by their definition. But let's not quibble about that. So what a lot of people will advise you to do is not do this because you might be assigned the worst cabin on the ship, which it possibly is the case, but I think they make this circumstance seem a lot more dire than it is. And if booking that guarantee is the determination of whether or not you cruise or not, I'm just going to tell you, don't worry about it yet. Don't worry about it unless you know you really need to worry about it. I have booked many guarantees, and I have been assigned, well, I've been assigned very desirable cabins, and I've been probably assigned, I guess, what they would consider less desirable cabins, and I'm fine. I still enjoyed the cruise. And one of the cabins that would be considered undesirable, I actually paid for to choose specifically. So let's talk about some of these cabins. Number one, the cabin next to the crew area. Okay, on Celebrity Silhouette, I had an interior stateroom that was right next to one of the housekeeping closets, and the dreadful consequence of this was every now and then I would either return to my stateroom or walk out of my stateroom, and they would be folding towels in that little teeny, it's a weird little vestibule on this ship, and it was a little bit awkward. They would step back, I would slide past, but yeah, that's it. The room steward folding towels was the consequence of this, assigned guarantee cabin next to a crew area. Okay, then on Odyssey of the Seas, that's right. On Odyssey of the Seas, I had it was an interior stateroom. It was right above the Royal Theater, and during the day, I could notice, if I listened really hard, I could tell they were probably rehearsing. Yeah, I really think they were rehearsing because I heard something, but it really wasn't enough to worry about. And for me, if I'm in the stateroom in the afternoon and they're rehearsing, what am I doing in the stateroom? What would you be doing in the stateroom in the afternoon when they're rehearsing for the show, right? Even if you can hear the actual performance, that's like at 8 o'clock. Why are you in your stateroom at 8 o'clock not making your own noise, right? So consider that. For me, that was not a big deal at all. Then, probably the most intrusive incident that I ever had was on Margaritaville Paradise, when my stateroom was right below, literally right below the second room of the kids club, the Parakeet Kids Club. Yes, all the little kids. So there were several times when I would return to my stateroom, and this was on a three-day Margaritaville Paradise sailing. I would return to my stateroom, and I could tell they were doing something. They were having a dance party or something. And yes, I could hear the kids stomp. I could hear the music from the kids club in my stateroom in the afternoon on a cruise. And the only reason I was in there was to probably change in and out of a swimsuit or something like that. And no, it did not bother me. I had no expectation or no fear, quite frankly, that the kids would be having a midnight rave. So yeah, that was not anything to worry about. And so as a Silhouette, Odyssey, Paradise, right, the one I paid for, the undesirable cabin that I paid for was on Rotterdam. I had one of the all the way forward solo ocean views, the all the way forward. Great cabin, love it. But it was right under the world stage. And yes, there were a couple times during the afternoon, even during the evening, that I could tell, if I listened really hard, a show or a rehearsal was going on. But again, like with Odyssey of the Seas, what was I doing in my stateroom in the middle of the afternoon? I was changing. That was what I was doing. What was I doing in my stateroom in the evening when the show was going on? I was probably changing. That's it, right? They're not going to do a show when people are sleeping. So, again, not a thing to worry about. And The jogging track, this one kind of mystifies me. The people jogging in the morning, yeah, they're wearing the right equipment. I can barely hear them when I'm running or walking on deck. So I'm not really concerned about that one either. And because no one else will say this, you need to really ask yourself, if you are afraid of booking these cabins, really ask yourself, is it the cruise ship, is it the cabin location, or is it you? Are you the kind of person who cannot stand the most minor of inconvenience without it causing an entirely calamitous situation? Or can you just wave it off and say, you know what, I'm probably on a luxury cruise ship and I'm gonna have a good time no matter what? Yeah, be honest with yourself. Ask yourself that question before you dissuade yourself from saving some real money by booking a guarantee. Now, there is one circumstance, because I'm quite reasonable. There is one circumstance where I would say, yes, it's probably a better idea to pay and choose your cabin, and that would be if you know you get seasick and being in a certain location in the middle of the ship helps. But you need to know that first, right? So now is when I recommend you, subscribe. A lot of you aren't subscribing, so go down and subscribe. Then go watch 2 or 3 videos ago where I talk about, seasickness versus sea wellness. Some of us like the waves. Some of us like the movement in the ship, and you might be one of those as well, which is actually a second reason to choose your location, so you can get in the part of the ship that moves the most. That is what I do sometimes. So yes, there you go. If booking that guarantee is the determining factor of whether or not you cruise, book the guarantee. And if you're one of these people who can just wave off incredibly minor inconveniences, just enjoy your cruise. And don't be in the cabin in the middle of the afternoon when they're rehearsing. See, there's a very easy solution to almost every problem. If there's anything, after you subscribe, if there's anything you would like us to chat about, again, go leave it in the comments below and maybe we will talk about it soon under the covers.